Hello, Kyle here. I'd like to talk about the difference between cheap consumer gear and very expensive professional gear. If you're an amateur or just a vlogger, someone who does it as a hobby, not as a profession, someone very much like me, you probably look at the price of high-end professional gear and then pick your jaw up off the floor because it's freaking expensive. And then you look at consumer gear and you're like, hey, this little thing does everything the pro gear does. It does 100 more things and it costs a quarter as much. You'd be an idiot not to go with some cheap consumer crap. One of the problems you run into is consumer stuff is built to have features to put on a box to advertise it. Professional stuff is built to work. I've had this unit for probably 4 or 5 years now, and it's always served me pretty well until just recently when I went to record some vlogs. Now, I like to batch things, so when I set up my lights and sit down and get the camera ready, I'll record maybe 10 things back to back and then put them into the editor. You might notice I don't often hold a microphone. I either use a lav or I just have this thing just outside camera and use its built-in mics. Well, guess what the built-in mics sound like today? Here. Yeah. So that was, I'd say, unusable. And this problem came out of nowhere. I haven't dropped it. I've had a few issues the last maybe 6 months where I'd have the odd sound where there was a very high noise level that was unusually high. But this is the first time where it's been consistently bad. And I've, fiddled with it, done everything I can think of aside from opening it up and checking every single wire and connection, which I'm about to do after this. When you're looking at professional and consumer gear, price isn't the only thing to consider. Features aren't the only thing to consider. When you're buying professional, what you're paying for is reliability. If this problem had happened when I was out on a paid shoot, I'd be completely screwed, and it would have been my fault. Because it's just a vlog, it doesn't really matter because no one watches these anyway. But when you're pricing things out, don't just think about features. Talk to people who work in the industry. Find out what they have to say, because if they do this kind of stuff full time, there's a good chance that there's a reason why they're making the decisions they're making. It's not all showing off. It's, maybe there's a reason why they spend the extra money. Anyway, thank you.